I just didn't think it was going to be a thing. I
You
thought
weren't
we
a
would
friend
be
group.
friends. Yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all, or it was legit just friends?
No, just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
I get what you're saying of like you never saw him as something, but I'm like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like, maybe there was something or no?
No, never.
There was something or no?
No, never. I in the beginning hated it so much. I like did not sign up for that. I also always thought like I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. Like he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like I thought I was going to be like the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black But 9191. Quick things. So I've seen a lot of videos flying around talking about Ayesha Curry hates Steph Curry and that she's embarrassed him with this, and you know she has done him dirty, and this isn't the first time. Which again, if you watch the Jada Pinkett Red Table conversation, I can understand where it's coming from. Okay, now watching these clips, I actually get what they're saying, but I had to go and watch the whole, at least that section of the interview, to get a really full picture of what she was actually saying, because sometimes the clips be doing it dirty. But what I would say about the clips automatically is this. From what I understand, yes, it does sound haterish. Yes, it also sounds like she wanted the stardom. She didn't get the stardom, and that does eat her up. And I'm saying that because, of course, I'm taking into account the Red Table talk with Jada Pinkett Smith, where she actually said that she doesn't get the attention anymore, and she's a little bit frustrated by not getting the attention anymore. And at first, when that happened, I actually defended her on that video. But now we've got this video too, and I'm like, okay, sis, how many? You know what I mean? Like, after a while, I need to hear you speak some positivity in this relationship. It sounds like you're bitter, jealous, and angry that you didn't get the stardom and he did. But again, I'm reserving my judgment, because what I want to say first and foremost is that I want to watch the thing in context. So I've gone away. I've gone to get the interview up on Call Me Daddy, and I'm going to watch a little bit more of the context, because I think there's a bit more to the story. Because when she's telling the story, she's telling it from 15 years old up until this point. So at 15, there's a different style, there's a different mindset. You're a kid, right? But I want to be able to hear the context of what she actually says. So if you've got a different opinion, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you think Ayesha Curry is embarrassing her husband? Or do you think that this situation has been blown out of proportion? But let's listen first and foremost to get an understanding of where it's coming from.
He said, so we made plans to hang out. And then I said, where are you staying? And he said, Anaheim. And I was like, I was like,
You're like, so you're coming to me because I'm not.
At this point, I still have the other jobs, like trying to pay the rent. Gas is expensive. So I was like, I'm sorry, I can't this time. But if you're ever back, let me know and we'll go hang out. And he's like, oh, I'm back in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my God.
You still in Anaheim?
And so, no, this time he was in Hollywood. So he stuck with it. He hit me up 2 weeks later. We hung out and we've literally been together since that day.
Okay, hold on. You go and you hang out with him.
Mhm.
What is your headspace? Are you seeing him in like a could this be something kind of way? Or
No.
are you like, no?
No, I was, and this was like my first real date. So I was just nervous. I was nervous. It was like years of having a crush. And then years, like I just never thought that he would like someone like me. I just didn't think it was going to be a thing. I
You
thought
weren't
we
a
would
friend.
Now let's pause it right here. She said she has years of having a crush. Doesn't feel like he would like someone like her. Interesting. Okay, cool. Right now, it actually sounds okay. She has years of having a crush and didn't think that he would actually like her. That's actually doesn't sound bad to me.
friends. Yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all, or it was legit just friends?
No, just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
I get what you're saying of like you never saw him as something, but I'm
Yeah.
like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like, maybe there was something or no?
No, never. I had a friend over.
So I'm a little bit confused. So she had years of having a crush, but in high school, there was nothing there at all ever. It was just friendship, platonic.
Who had a crush on his brother at the time, and she decided to call him, and they were giggling, and then we're maybe like 15 at this time, and they put Stephen on the phone, and somebody said something about Canada, and so I was like, oh, I'm Canadian, and he's like, oh, do you like Canadian candy? And I'm like, I love Canadian candy. And so my aunt was coming into town from Canada, and so she brought some for me, and so I was like, oh, I'll bring you a bag to church. the next time we're at church.
See, it was
So
meant to be. It was meant to be.
I bring the bag and I literally, everybody's watching. I hand it to him and I don't say anything to him. I just shove it and walk away. Like, that's how shy
Ayesha.
I was.
And did you like him at all? Like, in your heart, you're like, oh, I wish I could. Yeah, it just wasn't. It was high school.
I thought he was so cute.
See, now I'm confused because then she said that was just a friendship thing. Never had anything going on, but actually now she said she found him so cute. So again, like I said, I think watching the whole clip, there's a bit of jumble up and down in it. I think we need to, that's why I was very careful not to jump on that original clip, because I was like, hold on, let's go watch the whole interview, because it sounds like she hates on him. You know what I'm saying? It does sound like that, but I don't know if that's the case.
Okay, so fast forward, you go on this first date.
Yeah.
What are the vibes?
It was one of the best days of my life. Honestly, it was so innocent and young, and like, I wish I could relive that.
Now, she has spoken well about her husband. The first date, she said, is one of the most amazing dates she's ever been on in her entire life. Okay, so Mandem, I can understand why the Mandem could have taken that clip and run with it. I think the whole context of the clip is very important, because otherwise what ends up happening is it does look like a hater on. But old girl's telling us that the first date they had, it was the most amazing date she ever had. She said she found him cute. She said she had a crush on him.
Or at least watch it from like a bird's eye view. It was so cute. We did Hollywood Boulevard, put our hands in the Maryland hands, and like got chai lattes. We went over to the Grove and like walked around, and they were filming some Eddie Murphy movie that we like. I don't think it ever ended up coming out.
Now the biggest issue we do have is, whilst I'm presenting all of that stuff, there is a gap between him at high school and then later on. And what people are complaining about is the fact that that gap, obviously, we now find obviously he plays ball. Is it that she gave him a chance because now he plays ball? That's why you like him that way? Because previously in high school, you weren't feeling him like that, right? And you already said that he was going to be a basketball high coach or whatever, not necessarily a basketball player. So is it that fact that he then was on the prospects of becoming one of the greatest players that you decided to change your mind? And then you don't see him as a friend anymore?
And just checking cop cars to see if they had donuts. Like, just like real young love. I don't know. I remember it like it was yesterday.
I feel like when you have one of those first dates, though, like I feel that way about my husband. I always say that to him. I'm like, oh my God, what I would give to relive that night. Or at least I say the same thing. Just watch it. Like,
I just want to go back to the beginning of this.
Let's talk about how you met Mr. Steph Curry. You met him in high school?
Yeah. So I'm Canadian.
Okay.
So I grew up in Markham, Ontario. And I moved to the States at 14 to North Carolina. And that's actually where we met. He's one of the first people that I met in the States, but just friends. Obviously, we were 14. Right. Went to the same church, shared the same friend groups at church. And then when I moved to LA, he Facebooked me.
Did he write on your wall, or it was like a private message?
No, it was a private message, but he was like, hey, do you still live in LA? That's a lie. The first message was, I was in this music video, and he was like, hey, who is that in the music video, in the picture that you're in? And I'm like, oh, it's Young Berg. And he goes, oh, I should have known. He always has all the sexy ladies. And I was like, what is happening now?
You're like, Steph, I know you said you're 14. I was 15. What are you trying to do now?
At this time now, we're 19.
Okay.
18.
So between 14 and 19, baby girl, we had a huge jump. That's a 5-year gap, B. What happened in them 5 years? Let's keep it a buck.
19. And so he goes, do you still live in LA? I'm here for a camp. Do you want to hang out? And I'm like freaking out because this guy, he was like the guy at church. Like, all the girls loved him.
I thought you were going to say like in high school, like on the court. You're like, at church, he was the guy.
At church.
Was he the basketball guy in high school or no?
Apparently he was, but I genuinely didn't pay attention to that because I
Listen, if we're not going to let, what's his name? If we're not going to let old girls, man, Simone Biles, man, get away with it, please. Girl, let's not lie. We know that people in school who are high school prospects, who are on their way, they're even ranked from early in terms of how good they are in the country. This man's dad played basketball professionally. Are you telling me you weren't aware? Get the frick out of it. I don't want to hear it. It's nonsense. Stop lying to us, B.
I grew up in such an arts-driven family that sports outside of like Doug Flutie playing for the Buffalo Bills like it just wasn't a thing in my house. And so he said, so we made plans to hang out, and then I said, where are you staying? And he said, Anaheim. And I was like, I was like,
you're like, so you're coming to me because I'm not.
At this point, I still have the other jobs, like trying.
So I won't say much about it. Listen, I'm not going to say 100% it is one way, right? Clearly something changed between those 5 years of 14 and 19, okay? Now, Steph Curry seemed to be the one that was reaching out to her, so she wasn't really checking for him. He was checking out for her. Whilst they were young individuals, like she said, they were just friends. I'm not sure where the crush came from, because the crush seems to have come at 19, not at 15. Different scenario, different situation. Something clearly changed in that space. Now, is it embarrassing for her to say this? Not necessarily, but I can understand why people might feel like it could be a right? A violation on this situation, or why this could be seen as being embarrassing. Because it's very similar to not similar. It's close to what the Simone Biles situation is, where it's like, I don't know who she was. I just like that. No, you knew. Let's not pretend that. You know what I'm saying? That's a grown-ass man right there. You know what I mean? Whose dad played NBA basketball. Okay. All right. If he discussed with you when you were young and you had a friendship and you were in the same friendship group, you would have known that his dad was an NBA basketball player, unless you would have told a story and said, actually, he never told us his dad was an NBA basketball player. I never knew, did it? You never had that. So you knew. Okay. All right. All right. It is what it is. When he came back around, you know, hey. But again, I think we need a bit more information before we're going to jump and do a whole damn dive into a pool to break down and say that this person definitely is embarrassing him. But I can see where people are going with it. I just don't think I'm there yet. But let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree, disagree?